Let's talk lines. So we want to really look at how to create nice sharp lines that's going to help you with any nail art. So what you need is a gel paint because they stay better, a palette, and a liner or a striper brush, whatever it is that you prefer to use. And first of all, let me show you how to prep your brush. So you want to dip the brush straight into the gel, but then you need to pop it on the palette and start twisting and turning in the gel. We don't want any blobs on the brush, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So just look at that. It's nice and covered, but without any blobs. It doesn't take long. And then when we go into paint, you will use some pressure when you're going for a thicker line. And remember, the brush is there for you to use the bristles. You need to learn how to use the bristles properly. When you use the whole body of the brush, and you'll feel it when you're dragging those bristles through, that is when you're getting those nice thick lines. When you apply almost no pressure, that's when you get the thinner lines. So basically we are looking to prep our brush first and make sure it's nicely covered. And then depending on what kind of pressure we're putting on the brush and which part of the brush you're using is what kind of lines you're going to get. Using the whole body of the brush, you're going to get quite thick lines. If you're using just kind of middle of the brush to the tip, that's when you're going to get your medium strokes. And then I tend to use the tip of the brush, and that will give me nice and light strokes. So you can see it here, just dragging through very thinly. And also remember that it takes some time before your brush is really prepared for doing line work, so the more saturated it's going to be, the better. Now let me just show you here. I'm using a shorter brush, so again, this is how you can get those thicker lines, and then as you go you can get thinner and thinner. So it just shows you that it depends on your pressure on the brush. Practice, practice, practice. But this is your basics on how to use your liner or your detailer to get lines.